Welcome to GeoGebra Lab 3. In this lab we are going to use the coordinate axes and the grid lines, so if these aren't showing, go back to this icon and turn them on. And we're going to add a few points. The easiest way to add a point is just with the point tool, click on it. We're going to click on point 4, 5. So go to 4, 5 and click. And even if I'm a little bit off, you notice it does a good job of snapping to 4, 5, so it didn't get 4.01, for example. Just make sure when you enter points that way that it works. The next point we're going to do is 0.73, and I'm going to show you a different way to do it. You can just type the parentheses and type in 7, 3, close and hit enter, close the parentheses, hit enter, and it labels it for us, puts it on the graph. And the final way is you can actually specify the letter. If you don't specify letter, I'll just go in alphabetical order, but let's say the problem needed letters that are specified in the problem, so you can actually just type in with a capital letter something else. I'll type in the wrong. By the way, all of this is wrong. We're going to fix it in a second, so maybe you don't need to do this particular thing. -3, 1, I'll just show you how to fix it if things go wrong. Okay, this is not what I want. We want to move it. So instead of having the point tool, I'm going to go back to the move tool, and now I can fix this. I want to make this at 0.10. And this is another thing I could show you how to, let's say you have these points and you have them named wrong, or you want to change the name. This is something you'll do a lot. I put the points in and then change the name. If you click on a point, you could change the name by going here and typing it in. You could right click and go to settings, but the easiest way is if you just clicked on a point is simply type in the new letter. So I'm going to type in Shift C and it automatically goes to the rename, and we changed it. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do it. Let's zoom in to this section. There's a couple ways to zoom in. You could click on the zoom in tool. You can, I think there's a 2-finger swipe on the trackpad. Just make sure you know how to zoom. You can play around with that. And finally, and we're going to make a polygon. We're going to make a triangle. So we're going to connect points A, B, C. If you want to change different styles, you can click on this right here, make a nicer color than the default brown. And let's find out. Jesus, it does kind of look like a right triangle, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like a right angle right there? Let's see if it is. So the way you do that is let's measure some angles. So we can click on the angle measuring tool. And for example, if I click on A, B, C, it tells us what that angle is. You can click and drag this out of the way. Oops, there we go. There we go. So that's, by the way, this is Greek letter alpha. It uses Greek letters for angles. I'm going to show you how we can undo that if we go the wrong direction. If I go CBA, it measures the angle larger than 180 degrees. If this isn't what you want, we can click on this angle tool and fix it that way, or you can simply undo it and just do it again. But this is quite quick to switch it around. Finally, there's even yet another way to fix to get all the angles. If you have a polygon, and this is going to be the easiest way. If I just click with my angle measuring tool in the middle of the polygon, it does all the angles at once. So guess what? It is not a right angle. I wonder if this is isosceles. Well, we can measure lengths this way as well. I can just click here and here, and it tells me the angle, the length of segment CA. There's also another way to show the measurement of angles. I can hit on this label tool, and right now it says the name, and instead of having the name, I can put the name and the value, or I can just have the value. This tells us the length as well, 6.71. So that's a couple different ways to get lengths. And so this is not isosceles either. So that will be that for our GeoGebra Lab 3. And if you want to save the file, go to the hamburger menu, bun, hamburger, and we can hit, if you're logged in, you can hit save. And make sure you can save labs. You won't have to save this one, and I'm not going to save this one. Why don't I? and it'll save it to the cloud. This is handy, but if you have trouble saving it, learn how to save it, because starting lab 7, 8, and 9, you will need to save your labs, because those labs are cumulative. They build on each other. Thank you.